Good day and welcome back to my channel. Holy Hannah, it has been a hot minute, like months and months since I really filmed something. So welcome back. How's your summer been? It is now officially fall. I have our coffee shop ambiance. I have my Hello Fall pumpkins going on over here, and we're just gonna do a little bit of a get ready with me. It's my day off and I have to film an audition, and so I have to put makeup on, and I thought I might as well do it in front of camera because it's been a while. So let's dive right in. Grab your beverage of choice. Today I have a Diet Dr. Pepper, which just is my jam right now. I cannot get over Diet Dr. Pepper. So good. Okay, so I got like a bunch of makeup that I don't think I've tried on camera. So we're just gonna slap it on my face because that's what I want to do. So I am wearing nothing but like moisturizer, and I'm gonna start with this Pure Screen Mineral UV tint. I bought a bunch of SPFs to go to Bali because you need, obviously it's super sunny there, and you need, wow, this is so liquidy. You obviously need a bunch of SPFs, but I didn't even come close to using them all. And you're supposed to wear SPF on your face every day. So we're just going to start with this SPF because actually the sun is just beaming on me through my window. My boyfriend says that UV rays cannot get to you through windows, but I don't believe him. I don't believe him at all. So if someone could Google that for me and then write it down below in comments, I'd be ever grateful. I am diving deep into fall. I love fall. It's my favorite after summer. Like, it's such a vibe, especially in Vancouver. It's just like so, like, the leaves change so nice. It gets really golden. It rains a lot, so it feels like super cozy. I love ambiance. Fall ambiance on YouTube is the best. And it feels good. I usually read every morning, and reading with a fall ambiance and a fall like pumpkin scented candle, so good. I love Thanksgiving also. And so fall is one of my favorites. I'm sure it's and the fashion, right? Like, fall fashion's the best. I already bought some new fall. This is actually new. This is from Amazon. I'll link it below. And I got it for auditions, really. Okay, so I just bought this True Match Super Blendable Foundation. It's a little dark for me, but I haven't tried this version. I tried the version that came in like a squeezy tube where you have the like dropper, and the droppers never work for me. I don't know why, but all of my foundations are a little light, so I bought this a little bit dark so I could like mix it, but we're just gonna go in fully dark today, see how that works. Who knows? But so I haven't essentially seen you guys since Bali, like talk to you guys at all. And so Ian and I went to Bali. Oh, it's very dark. That's okay. Ian and I went to Bali August, like all of August. We were there for 3 weeks for one of my best friends, Stephanie's wedding. Stephanie and her Australian now husband live in Australia, and they wanted to plan their wedding somewhere like hot, and they thought it would be nice like for a vacation. This is too dark for me. I'm gonna have to put something over top because I have to do an audition after. This is way too dark. All right, let's go get something else. Okay, I'm just gonna add this Color Pop Pretty Fresh over top, and we're just gonna go right in with that. Let me get my mirror out. So Bali's like the furthest I've gone away flight wise. I think it's the furthest you can go flight wise away. It took us 26 hours to get there and like 32 hours to get home. Traveling sucks that way. Like, so we flew to Singapore, and Singapore is like one of the nicest airports in the world. Like, super big, really pretty, lots of really nice stores and food. We thought they had a movie theater in there, but it's just like a movie theater. It's not a movie theater in the traditional sense where you can go see like the latest movies. It's a movie theater where it's like, oh, it'll play like older movies for free. So we had planned to go see the new Deadpool, Wolverine, or Twisters movie while we were there for a this looks so much worse on the monitor than it does in real life. Why does that always happen? I don't understand. Like in real life, it looks pretty good. But on the monitor, it looks so weird. Maybe I just need to get like other makeup going on. Anywho, so the traveling sucked. Like on the way back, we had a 12-hour layover in Singapore, and we're like, oh, we'll just rent a hotel and, you know, sleep there. And the hotel, like in the airport, was $350 a night. And we're like, absolutely not. So we slept on the floor in shifts because we needed to like watch our stuff. So I took like a 4-hour shift. Ian took like a 4-hour shift, and then we just like bombed around for the rest of the time. Ate, hung out, kind of thing. But Bali was amazing. Like, I kind of, for the first time in a while, like my travel anxiety, like I don't have anxiety for anything really in my life except travel. And I think it's just because I've missed flights. Travel's getting worse and worse, I find. In life, like flights get missed. It's so much more difficult to travel. It's not as luxurious anymore. It's like a pain in the ass to like get on a plane these days. And so my anxiety was in overdrive because for the first time I didn't have like the whole trip planned out. Like we had where we were staying for like the first 2 weeks. And then I didn't have where we were staying for the last week. And I was like, oh, we'll just figure it out when we get there. But it made me so nervous. And I'm actually really glad we did that because oh no, I forgot to put on my primer. I was going to use the Wet n Wild new Glass Correct. I forgot to put on my primer. It's okay. We're just talking. We're just hanging out. And I think my anxiety was a lot more this time around because our friends had gone there recently and didn't have a good time. And I was so worried that like we wouldn't have a good time. But we had the best time. We were so, they were like, oh, people weren't nice. Like the food wasn't great. And we went and we're like, what are they talking about? Like the people were so nice. Literally everywhere we ate was so good. Ian gets a bad stomach sometimes because of food, and he didn't have a bad stomach like once. We stayed at like 4 or 5-star resorts the whole time. It was one of our best trips ever. Okay, I have for concealer the new Natasha Denona. Me and my sister have been looking for this for literally a year and haven't found like our color. And I found it in Bali, weirdly enough. So I bought us both one. Oh, which reminds me, I have to send mine to her. The one, I just haven't mailed it yet. I learned to surf in Bali and I was a natural at it. I get really frustrated at myself when I like fall. Like obviously with surfing, like falling's gonna happen, you know? But it like, because when you fall, you have to like get the board that's attached to you and like bring it back out. It's not just like immediately get back up. It's like you have to like find a wave and then pick the wave and get back up. Like it takes a while to like get back up, which is annoying because I just want to immediately get back up. The wedding was awesome. I was the MC. It is my final time emceeing. That was the second time I emceed, and I think it's my last. I'm really good at it because I'm just naturally, I think from serving and acting, like I can just, you know, in YouTube, like I can just sit here and talk to you guys. And I'm like pretty good at improv. If something goes awry, I can just like finagle it and make a joke and stuff. And the first wedding that I emceed was actually my friend Steph's sister Mandy a year ago. And then I did Steph's in Bali. But it like, you don't like enjoy the wedding as much. It's kind of like work. And so our friends are getting married and they asked me to be the MC, and I was like, so sorry. No, I just want to enjoy your wedding. Like I don't want to like work. And she was like, fair enough. So I think I'm done with my career in MCing. I loved my outfit. I'll put a picture right here of my adorable outfit that I wore to the wedding. And Ian and I just had the best time. We love traveling. Obviously, who doesn't? If you don't travel, get on it. All right. So for my contour slash concealer, I have the Wet n Wild. I tried to pick all my like newest products that I probably haven't used on camera to do this with, and hopefully the look turns out okay because I have to film an audition after this. I wish I could tell you guys about the audition. Some of the auditions we do are so silly and you have to just play it so straight. And that is definitely my audition today. So I'm just going to try to have some fun with it. I got new headshots recently, and since last time, I filmed, I got highlights in my hair, so I love my highlights. I wish I could go blonder and blonder all the time, as you guys probably know if you watch me a bit. I've been thinking, and I've mentioned this before if you've watched some of my videos, I want to start talking more about politics, Canadian politics, because I live in Canada, and I think it's actually quite alarming that Canadians don't know or understand like their own politics. So I'm just going to assume you guys know about my life. So I do like TikToks or Instagram reels of me asking people. I call it my tiny mic moments, where I have my little tiny like lav mic and I go around to people, and one of the questions I asked is like, name the planets from the sun out, just to see like knowledge wise. I think it's hilarious to like post something like that, see if people know that. It's like, are you smarter than a fifth grader kind of stuff. So I've been going around over the last couple of days asking people what they know about Canadian politics. And I would like to coach people, talk about it more, because people seem to be interested in American politics because it's so like dramatic, you know, like the whole Trump Kamala thing is so divisive that it's interesting to talk about. It's interesting to get people's opinions on because everyone's so hot-headed about what they believe. But with Canadian politics, it doesn't seem as divisive and dramatic, and people don't seem to understand it as much as they do like kind of the American system, which is silly and sad. And I hope that we can move forward from that. There is a hair on my face. Man, that's one thing about having cats that's so annoying, is I always get hair on my face. Okay, I need lip gloss. So I'm going to go get that right meow. This is my newest and most favoriteest Summer Fridays. This is the second one I have of this. So, Canadian politics. So, there's going to be a provincial election. I live in BC in the next little while. Oh, I'm going to sneeze, guys. Achoo! Achoo! Excuse me. Achoo! Excuse me. And there's going to be a federal election, hopefully in the next year, but if not in the next year, then by October 2025. So why is it important that we have an election coming up? So Justin Trudeau is our prime minister, and Justin Trudeau has been found guilty multiple times of stealing money from taxpayers to put into essentially a slush fund. Right now, there is a scandal going on with a company called SDCT, which is I wrote it down, Sustainable Development Technology Canada. So it's an organization that the government set up to kickstart like potential companies in the green sector. And it's been found that the SDCT has been greenlighting projects for ministers, which is illegal and a conflict of interest. So a whistleblower has come out saying that millions of dollars of taxpayers' money has been spent fronting like faux green businesses. So over $330 million has been sent to like liberal appointed ministers and people. And they tailored the contribution agreement so that the applications violated the contribution agreement, so that they changed the rules of the agreement so that their companies were given taxpayers' dollars. So all that means really is that the government, the liberal government that we have in power now, has appointed a bunch of ministers and senators, pretty much a bunch of friends of Trudeau. And they've been using taxpayer dollars to put into these slush funds for the ministers and senators. And so there's a whistleblower that came out essentially exposing this, and the government has done everything it can do to keep it under wraps, essentially. So this is very much proof of government fraud, of Justin Trudeau's government taking money from the taxpayers and literally putting it into people in the government's pockets, which is highly illegal, obviously. So we need to get this government out of power because he is turning Canada into a communist party very quickly. And I feel like people don't seem to understand that very well. Like, there's been a law that was passed about a year ago that made it so that Canadians have a hard time consuming content that's not specifically Canadian, or that Netflix, YouTube don't pay the Canadian government to allow us to consume their content. So that means that Justin Trudeau has been monitoring and controlling what type of content comes into Canadians' TVs, laptops, phones, whatever, which is communism. I think it's really important that Canadians understand this because there's an election coming up and our government is so corrupt. So corrupt. And I was completely unaware of this for a very long time. And I have wanted to talk about politics for a while on my channel, but I've been afraid of people canceling me or not listening or not caring. But I decided that it's too important for my own future to not say anything on my tiny little platform that I have. So that's all I'm going to say for now. I'll probably talk about it again at some point in time, but that's all I'm going to say at this moment. How do you like that blush? I freaking love it. Danessa Myricks. It's called Rose and Brunch. Isn't it nice? I really like it. All right. So I'm going to put some powder underneath my eyes. My newest powder is the Givenchy Prisme Libre. I heard recently that they changed the formula to this power. Oh wow, you can tell I need Botox. I was like, formula? And people are up in arms, the fact that they changed the formula recently. So I'm just gonna get rid of the creases. And then something I learned recently about makeup is to tap off the excess of the powder onto your hand before going in, because it'll help with creases. I used to just like bake and just like put so much freaking powder, and I think that's fine all over your face except underneath your eyes. So my friend, one of my best friends, Jordy, has decided to move back to her hometown to like save money to buy a house, and I could not be more upset about it. Like, I don't hang out with many people in Vancouver. I have a very small pool on purpose, and she was one of the people I hung out with on a regular basis, and I'm very sad that she's leaving. And a lot of that has to do with like housing just is not affordable in Vancouver. Like, I I've made enough money to think about buying a house. So when I initially looked into it, the only thing, so I have about $600,000 to buy a home. The only thing I could afford, the only thing, was a 1-bedroom apartment in Port Moody, which isn't even in Vancouver. That's ridiculous. For $600,000, you can use that to buy a 3-bedroom house in different areas in the United States, which we might move there. Halloween is coming up. I absolutely adore Halloween. So for the rest of my face powder-wise, we're going to use Essence 16-Hour Cover and Last. And I'm just going to use like a big fluffy brush for this because this is so like pigmented and intense that I'm just going to use this fluffy brush to essentially just set it. And I had such a good time. I think it was last year for Halloween when my sister came into town. And she came over. I got us a cake that said "Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun" that was black. And we watched Practical Magic and we carved pumpkins. And I was wearing like a SWAT uniform. I think I want to get another uniform. Not uniform, costume. Ian and I have been talking that this is a really good time for us to order like a police costume, like a nurse costume, stuff online that we can use for auditions. So I think we're going to do that as well. All right. Okay, we're going to do a very super basic look with my newest palette. This is the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes, the neutrals. This is also the cool, guys, hair. God, it annoys me. So this is the cooler tone palette, one of my favorites. And I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to go in with this one. It's funny because they don't have names. It's literally called MN2. Master Neutral 2. I would want some like names like Ecru or Eggshell or Beige or whatever have you not. So Ian and I are thinking about where we want to go for our next vacation because the last 2 years we've done Vegas for the board game convention. And we're like, do we want to do Vegas one more time? Like, I think we would love to, but the Bali trip was so big and expensive that I think we're going to wait until like next year. Like the board game convention's in February. So it might be like too soon to take another vacation in February. So we'll probably do like August, September, October next year. And we're thinking about going to, I'm also going to go into this one, which is a little bit darker, which is called MN4. So we're thinking about going to the board game convention. Like we go to what's called Dice Tower East because it's on the east side of the country. And we're thinking about going to Dice Tower West. So Dice Tower East is in Vegas and Dice Tower West is in Orlando. So we'd love to go to Orlando because then we could do Disneyland or Disney World or whatever's there, and then Universal Studios, because Ian and I are both roller coaster people. And obviously I love Disney. He really likes Star Wars, so that would be cool. It is very expensive to go do something like that. But if we're going to do one big trip next time, I think that's where I'd like to go. Either that or like go to Mexico again for 2 weeks. But we really, really loved Vegas, so it's hard to like not go to Vegas again. All right, we're going to get a little bit darker. Let's do this one. I'm going to get a smaller brush. And just go right in the corners and blend, blend, blend. We have our best friends coming over tomorrow to play board games. We're going to play one of my new favorite games called Wonderland's War, which is based on Alice in Wonderland. And we'll probably play one more. I'm not sure which one. we always like play, whoever wins the last game gets to pick this game. So Ian won the last game, so he picked Wonderland's War, and if we have time we'll probably play Andromeda's Edge, which is his newest favorite game. And we got from Dice Tower last time there we go. We got this, which is the winner of game night. So cute. And so whoever wins gets to keep that at their house for the next month or so, however long between games, right? So I need just like a really basic look today for my audition. So I think that's good enough for the eyes. I'm gonna use my favorite Makeup by Mario eyeliner. Oh my god, I need to sharpen this immediately. I hate how often I have to sharpen my pencils because they're expensive. And I feel like when I'm sharpening them, I'm just getting rid of product. So I hopped on the ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses train when I went to Bali. I downloaded it to read, and I read the first book and started the second book when I was in Bali, and I love it. I can see why people are so obsessed. It's so well written, so interesting, and I like that it, like, you never know where it's going. Like the way, like the life in the first book is completely different at the beginning than at the end, than the life in the second book, which is completely different at the beginning than at the end. Like, it's so interesting. Perfect. I'm gonna put a little bit of a lighter color underneath my eyes with like a teeny weeny brush, just for some definition, so my eyes really stand out on camera when I'm doing my audition. And I keep getting surprised by ACOTAR. Like, I just started, well, I'm like 70 pages into the third book, Mist and Fury, I believe. And I cannot put it down. Like, it's been a long time since I don't do anything in my time off other than read. But that's what I'm doing right now. Like, I spent probably 2 hours this morning just reading, which I love, right? Okay, so I'm gonna do lips. I have the Wherever Walnut Makeup Forever pencil, which is my favorite. I bought the sepia one, which is too, like, nude for me. And I also have the Anywhere Caffeine. That alone is pink enough. So, other lip stuff I have, I'm going to put my Clinique, I think it's called Black Honey. This is what they used for Liv Tyler on Lord of the Rings. It's just a nice, natural wash of color. And then on top, I'm going to put the House Labs Macaron lip gloss. Great, I have a blush topper. I bought this for my friend who's getting married. I'm doing her makeup for her wedding. And she's very light skinned, so I thought this would be great for her, and it is. But for me, it's a really good blush topper. So it's almost like a highlight. Do you see the difference? So nice. Just a little sheen there. And I have my Sephora 12-hour eyeliner. And this I just use to brighten up my waterline. Especially on camera. I've been having a cough over the last couple of days. Like, coming from nowhere. I'm not sick. I don't smoke anything. And it's been very annoying, especially because I work like a serving job. And so anytime you cough in the service industry, people like look at you askance. I want to be like, I'm not sick. I'm not going to cough on your food. Don't worry. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, darling. Okay. I have a new Rimmel Brow Pro Micro. I actually bought this for my boyfriend. My boyfriend has really light eyebrows, and when we do auditions, you can't see them, which if you can't see them, you can't see, you know, it looks weird on camera if you can't see somebody's eyebrows. So I've been filling them in so he doesn't look like he has zero eyebrows. I think eyebrows is my least favorite things to do. Like, I just don't care. Like, it's just like, whatever. Don't know why, actually. I couldn't tell you. Okay, now I think I just have mascara left. So I have this FanFest benefit. I got it as a little promo with my last Sephora order. So I'm going to pause you while I do this because it takes me forever. How amazing is it what mascara does to your look? Like, it's just complete. The look is complete. And now it's time for me to do my audition. Milani, Make It Last. I got the big one. It's not working at all. Thank you very much for joining me for my first video in a long time. Please like and subscribe if you are not. I need hand lotion right now, so I'm going to go do that. And then I'm going to do my audition. Do not forget to register to vote and know that I love you. Bye. Much love.